It's easy to overlook Jamaica. A tiny island floating in the Caribbean, known for its beaches, reggae music and world-class sprinters. But what if I told you that this small nation holds a much bigger role in the world than most people realize? A role that could shift the balance of power in ways that affect everyone, including you. It sounds crazy, right? But stick with me, because what we're about to uncover might just change the way you see global politics, trade, and the battle for control between the world's biggest superpowers. And if you love discovering the hidden truths behind world events, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this is just the beginning of what we're about to explore.
We've done the hard work of freedom, and tonight we lead the world in facing down a threat to decency and humanity. What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order.
Now let's talk about the New World Order, a term that's been thrown around for decades. Some people believe it's nothing more than a conspiracy theory, a fantasy cooked up by people wearing tinfoil hats.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
But others, they believe it's happening right now, unfolding before our very eyes. At its core, the idea of the New World Order suggests that global elites are working toward a single world government, one currency, one authority, and total control over sovereign nations. Some say it's about power, others say it's about efficiency, but one thing is clear. If such a system were to emerge, small nations like Jamaica would either become pawns or key players in a game much bigger than themselves. And here's where things get really interesting. Jamaica sits in one of the most strategic locations in the world when it comes to trade and commerce. It has one of the largest natural harbors on the planet, making it a crucial checkpoint for global shipping. And guess what? The world's most powerful nations know this all too well. China, for instance, has been quietly making moves in Jamaica for years. In 2013, they proposed a massive logistics hub on the Goat Islands, a project that could have made Jamaica a powerhouse in the world of global trade. But the project faced intense backlash from environmental groups, and eventually it was scrapped. That should have been the end of it. But then, China made its next move. Instead of the Goat Islands, they turned their attention to something even more valuable, the Kingston Freeport Terminal. If you don't know, this is one of the most important trade routes into the United States, and China now controls it. Think about what that means. A foreign superpower has a direct hand in a major US trade entry point, and it doesn't stop there. China also has major control over the Panama Canal, which connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. And let me ask you this, do you think the US is just sitting back and letting this happen? President Donald Trump made it very clear. He was not happy with China's growing presence in Jamaica and the Caribbean. In fact, he even announced plans to take back control of the Panama Canal, arguing that the US never intended for it to fall into foreign hands. See where this is going? The US and China aren't just competing on the world stage. They're battling for control of the same critical locations, and Jamaica is right in the middle of it all. But here's where things take an even more unexpected turn. China's influence in Jamaica isn't just about ports and shipping routes, it runs much deeper. In the past decade, China has poured billions into Jamaica's infrastructure, building highways, roads, and even public buildings. Some say it's just business. Others, they see it as something more. And if you're enjoying this deep dive, don't forget to subscribe for more eye-opening content just like this. Your support helps us uncover the hidden stories shaping our world. Now back to Jamaica. The investments China is making are part of a much bigger plan, something called the Belt and Road Initiative. Ever heard of it? It's a global development strategy where China helps build infrastructure in key nations. But in return, those nations become economically dependent on China. Jamaica is now part of this initiative alongside countries like Nigeria, Sri Lanka, and even parts of Europe. And if you think this is just about construction projects, think again. China's ultimate goal isn't just building roads, it's building influence. When a country owes you money, when it relies on your investments, you gain a powerful grip over its economy. And here's the big question. What happens when Jamaica can't pay back its debts? In other parts of the world, we've seen China seize control of key assets when nations fail to repay their loans. In Sri Lanka, for example, China took control of a major port for 99 years after the country struggled to meet its financial obligations. Could the same thing happen to Jamaica? It's a question no one wants to answer. But here's what we do know. Jamaica's leaders are walking a dangerous tightrope between two global superpowers. If they lean too far toward China, they risk alienating the US. But if they push back against China's influence, they could lose billions in investments that are currently fueling their economy. And the most chilling part of all? This struggle isn't just about money and trade, it's about control. Some experts believe that what's happening in Jamaica is just one piece of a larger puzzle, a puzzle that's shaping the future of the world. But stay tuned, as this is just the beginning of how Jamaica will play a bigger role in the new world order. Something strange is happening in Jamaica. You can feel it in the air. Cameras everywhere. Street corners, highways, shopping centres, even quiet neighbourhoods. Always watching, always recording. The government says it's for security, but some people believe it's something much bigger. And then there's NIDS, the National Identification System, a digital ID that every Jamaican citizen will need. They say it will make life easier, streamline services and protect people from fraud. But critics, they see a different picture, a tool for tracking, monitoring and controlling an entire population. If this sounds familiar, you're not wrong, because something similar is happening all over the world. And the deeper you look, the clearer it becomes. Jamaica is being pulled into a global system of control. And if you want to uncover more hidden truths like this, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive. Now, let's talk about Jamaica Eye, a nationwide surveillance system that has quietly expanded over the past few years. The idea? CCTV cameras placed in key locations across the country, feeding real-time footage to law enforcement. The official purpose is crime prevention, a way to make Jamaica safer. But here's the thing. Once a system like this is in place, it rarely stops at crime prevention. In China, facial recognition software is linked to government databases, tracking people's movements 24/7. In the UK, similar surveillance systems have sparked concerns about civil liberties and privacy violations. So the question is, how far will Jamaica's surveillance system go? It starts with cameras, then digital IDs. And before you know it, you're living in a world where every step you take, every purchase you make, every decision you consider is monitored. And here's where it gets even more interesting.
In a unanimous judgment handed down on Friday, the Constitutional Court ruled that the National Identification and Registration Act, which was passed last year, was unconstitutional. The court stated that it breached the rights to privacy, which are guaranteed by Constitution under the Charter of Rights. Under the NIDS Act, Jamaicans would have been required to provide biometric data, including blood type, vein pattern, retina or iris scan. The opposition has since blasted the government, while others have offered suggestions and recommendations.
Because while all of this is happening, some people believe Jamaica's government is no longer acting on its own. Andrew Holness, Jamaica's Prime Minister, is a leader who's praised for his economic reforms. He's brought in foreign investments, improved infrastructure, and led major development projects. But then there's the other side of the story, the corruption scandals, the accusations of government overreach, the feeling that power is becoming too centralized, the Petro-Jam scandal, for instance, millions of dollars unaccounted for in Jamaica's oil industry, or the Caribbean Maritime University scandal, where public funds allegedly vanished into thin air. And people are starting to ask, is Jamaica's government really calling the shots? Or is it just another pawn in a much bigger game? Because this wouldn't be the first time a foreign power has interfered in Jamaica's leadership. In the 1970s, Prime Minister Michael Manley had close ties with Cuba and socialist policies that made the US nervous. Some believe the CIA played a role in destabilizing his government, ensuring that Jamaica remained aligned with American interests. Now, decades later, some are asking, is history repeating itself? Because here's the thing, Jamaica is in the middle of a global power struggle. The United States on one side, China on the other, each trying to pull the country into their orbit. And it's not just Jamaica. All around the world, the battle lines are being drawn, and something new is emerging, a challenge to US dominance. It's called BRICS, an economic alliance made up of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. These countries are pushing back against Western control, creating an alternative to the US-led global system, and it's growing. More countries are joining, more nations are looking for a way out of the West's influence. So where does that leave Jamaica? Will it stay loyal to the US and its allies? Or will it lean toward China and BRICS, aligning itself with a new world order? Or is it even possible for Jamaica to remain neutral at all? Because when you're a small nation caught between two giants, sooner or later you have to pick a side. And that's where the real danger lies. Because every time a nation tries to step out of line, history tells us it doesn't always end well. Leaders are overthrown, governments are pressured, deals are made behind closed doors. And that's why some people believe that Jamaica's future is no longer in its own hands. That the decisions being made today on surveillance, on foreign investments, on digital IDs, aren't just about Jamaica at all. They're about something bigger, a shift in global power, a move toward a controlled world order. And Jamaica, it's just one piece of the puzzle. And that leaves one final question, the biggest question of all. Is this the new reality? Or is there still time for Jamaica to carve out its own destiny? And now I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Jamaica is being pulled into a global system of control? Or is it making independent choices for its future? Let's start the conversation. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that subscribe button, because there's so much more we need to uncover. Click the screen to check out one of our videos that talks about China's influence in Jamaica, because the world is changing fast. And the only way to keep up is to start paying attention.